People just need to understand you're great. You are great. You've got the fire in you. You just need to understand you are great. 'Cause a lot of people self-doubt and talk themselves down. Oh, that you look at someone and think, I can't do this. I can't. You can do this. Like everyone started in the same spot. It's just the baby steps. I used to look at it and think, oh, how am I going to get here? But you take them little steps and you just keep knocking and knocking and knocking. Again, Big Will talking about what kind of digger are you? You know when a guy's digging for the gold and the other guy gives up? You got to be that digger. It don't stop. And you might not stop till you're 40, till you're 50. Never stop digging. Just keep digging.
Anyway, people, you're locked into the best podcast in England, the best podcast in Britain. We want to be the world's best podcast. The limits are limitless. And I'm your host, VGN.
I'm the co-host, Rayne.
And people, I want to say, first of all, subscribers have been rolling in. We've been moving. Since we had that,
we've done well, man.
Since we had that debate here, we debated on air about it, didn't we? We spoke about it on air, didn't we? About the video IQ shit. Remember when I was saying, like, from July to December, the views were really high, but the subscribers hadn't really moved. But over the last month, with something like 38 subscribers. So thank you everyone for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified when we're on. Even if you don't watch us, just subscribe. Help us to help you.
Just click on it, like it, subscribe and leave.
Yeah.
You need to average 50.
You don't like podcasts? Who cares? Just subscribe. And if you like Spotify, hit the 5 stars. Let the boys know. We just want to know that you're with us.
They're getting better though. It's
much better, yeah.
You know what? It's because we're like conscious though.
Conscious living.
But
I've actually got some facts as well about the subscribers. I think over 80% of the people are not subscribed that are viewing the content. So if you fall into that 8% category and you look to your right, I fall victim to it. I'm on YouTube. I don't even use an account. I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to use an account and subscribe. No, I don't. I use it without not signed in.
Because when you watch certain things, it just pops up.
Yeah. My algorithm's all set, but I'm trying to change that.
That's how mine is. It just comes up bare shit because I keep watching shit.
But we need to average 54 subscribers per month.
54 subscribers per month. You heard the man. He ain't messing around. He's taking courses. 54 subscribers per month. So if you fall into that 80%,
that's to reach our goal.
If you fall into that 80% and you want to help us help you, fall into it, baby. Subscribe. But
do the boys a favour, man. We're out here.
I think we've got it a little bit though. It's just about being.
We got it, baby. And we hope you enjoy the content we're putting out to you. Obviously, if you think the video shit, don't subscribe because I wouldn't want to do that to you. If you do find value in the video, subscribe.
If you don't like it, give us
feedback. Feedback. Drop your moments of the weeks down below. But we're locked into current events. We ain't done one of these in a while because the guests have been rolling in.
Locked in, loaded.
Obviously, the most recent guest, Sam Creasy. What an episode.
Sick.
What a episode.
Forgot to ask him some questions though.
Yeah, we missed the boat on a good few questions.
But we spent a lot of time with him, didn't it? I feel like he's one we can get on again. And
he is one we could get on again. He's one we could potentially get on to watch a card.
Yeah.
I think he would come on and watch a card and break it down. Because UFC 286, we're going to be live streaming.
Do you know what would be sick if we could? I know
286.
You need to get.
Is it 286?
I think it's
the Usman one.
I think
we're going to live stream it.
We need to think about maybe somewhere that we could house like all of them MMA guys, man, that are friends, like Ibra, Duncan, and that.
Put a massive sparring session on.
Not even that.
Duncan fucked my thumb up, man, in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu something.
No, that'd be good. Sammy, everyone. Sammy actually gave me a good point. He said, the Mount Rushmores. He messaged me and was like, "Oh, this would be my 4 Mount Rushmores." And maybe when we get enough people, we'll do a list, like a table, and people can vote for who they think's the best all round. Maybe we do a boxing category. So maybe next time Linus comes on or something, we'll ask him his Mount Rushmore. We'll just, for any sports people, we'll ask them their Mount Rushmores of the trade.
What, like make a tally?
Make a tally and just like, because everyone's is different. And do you know what's surprising? No one said Floyd Mayweather. No one said Sammy did text me and say Muhammad Ali, but no one said Muhammad Ali. No one said none of them sort of people.
I'm an Iron Mike, man.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
No one said Mike Tyson.
Like, if you just see the way he can't, but then like how Frankie said it, Frankie's just not going off of like he's going off what
Personal.
resonates with it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah, it's true.
story,
It's
not
true.
just like how good they
Sam
are.
kind of did that as well. 'Cause
Sam.
He didn't come out and say like.
No, I did say that though, because I think everything's personal from how you've
Subjective,
seen
yeah.
it. Like I don't think with something like that that's so personal, I don't think you should go off statistics, because then everyone's going to kind of have this. If you're going off statistics, everyone should have the same 4 people, really.
Yeah.
But like for instance with football, like if I had to do like an all-time 11, Robin van Persie'd be in my 11. That's just because I loved watching him play football. He shouldn't statistically, but he is, because it's just
Van Persie is a fucking baller.
Van Persie the ball out. But yeah, no one said Conor McGregor surprised me. He was in 2 people's. He was in Frankie's and Sam's. That one
I was
surprised
surprised
me.
he was in Frankie's. To be fair, I thought Frankie would just stick to boxing.
It don't
but-
really surprise me though, just for the fact that like if you look at his story, it is so powerful. Like I still watch it now and I get goosebumps.
What's the
man.
doc?
The documentary, yeah, like all little clips on him on YouTube, and I'm like, boy, man, like
Nah,
does he not just look back at that and think, whoa.
I watched the Tom Brady clip and I was jacked up. I was so jacked up I nearly had a tug.
What Brady's
I think
clips mad?
all of them are like
Bro,
that.
Brady
to be fair,
had
he's
a
a
clip.
goat, innit?
No, Brady had a clip, yeah, where he was talking about. I posted to my story and he's talking about he didn't even get into his high school team. He was a backup quarterback on a losing team. He didn't in college. He barely got into Michigan and didn't really play. 6th round draft pick, and no one even wanted him. He thought he'd get in the league and no one even wanted him. And then now he's number 1 quarterback, won 7 rings. It just jacked me up. He's like, you have to believe in yourself. Because he goes, if I don't believe in me, the people in the huddle ain't gonna believe in me if I don't believe in myself. You have to believe in yourself and keep.
That's what makes me laugh about like. Oh, I'm not even going.
But I seen another one, Julian Edelman. He was
have to believe in
Tom
yourself.
Brady's wide receiver. I'm gonna have to get a Tom Brady thing because he deserves to be up there with a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I was about to say
He fucking deserves to be up there with a Michael Jordan. He's that goaty. He's there.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Why is Donny?
That's the point. That's the curious
You're
speech.
replacing.
That's the curious speech. And Julian Edelman was saying, like, I think Tom Brady was on his 3rd Super Bowl, and he was competing for his 4th, and Julian Edelman was around his house, and he goes to him, we're going for Montana's numbers. Joe Montana, who's a quarterback who got 4 Super Bowls. I think he was the leading Super Bowl list, yeah? And he goes, we're going to reach Joe. And Brady goes, nah, we ain't going for Joe. We're going for Jordan. Like 6, he won 6 rings. He
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
we ain't going for Joe. We're going for Jordan. On his whiteboard. It was written on his whiteboard. Your man's out here 7 rings still slinging the rock.
Yeah.
Juiced
but
me
that's-
up,
yeah,
man.
That's a guy that's he's striving for greatness.
Striving for
Like,
greatness.
And it's mad he's actually still playing in a physical sport like that.
Do you think he's retiring now, like for good?
I actually don't think he will retire this season. Because he's still putting up numbers. And that's what other people are saying. Other people are like, he is putting up numbers where you don't even need to retire. You're not lost no arm power. You're still putting up the yardages. You're not taking massive hits. He could go anywhere he wanted this season, really, because he's free agent.
He probably looks after himself.
Looks after himself. He's on that Team 12 diet.
It's just showing you though, like what the human body's like are capable of. Like, if you look after yourself right, nutrition, sleep, mobility, boy, you can
last.
These people are showing you what's achievable, and their day-to-day life's much more impactful than yours. So if they can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Because you're not
100%.
out there slinging balls and getting hit by people day in, day out.
No.
He's out there training 24/7. So anything, you got less impact and you can look after your health.
Yeah.
Shows sports science has like really like made an impact over the last 20 years for longevity and sport.
100%.
Like,
Well, I come to
100%.
the conclusion the other day, yeah. This is I planned out what I'm gonna do from 50. So from 50, I think as human beings we need to run. I think all human beings should be running or some sort of aerobic exercise. But I think running, because if you look at tribes, I was looking at a tribe like the Hadza tribe, and their oldest guy is like, I think he's like 89 or 90, and he's still running like 8 miles, 10 miles a day.
Hunting for food.
Hunting for food. They're hunting for food. So I think as human beings, and they live up to like 120 years old. I think as human beings, we need to run. Like, I think that's just the borderline. Like, I don't know. That's the conclusion I've come to. That's just my theory. I think, like, when I get to past 50, I think it's less, like, more little bit of strength training, but more moving the body, keeping the body moving.
Getting the blood
Yeah,
flowing.
just keeping moving. I think that's what's going to help you keep younger in them older years.
Yeah.
I'll be the tester.
No, that's it. It makes sense. It does make sense.
I just feel like as human beings, we're animals, isn't
Yeah.
we? So,
But
Sorry.
yeah, go
I
on.
got one quick one. Yeah. Out of all of these people, then who's like the greatest sporting athlete of all time? Just off the top of the head.
What out of
Just quick, like
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
But I'm not even a big basketball fan, but I think my mind might like Lionel Messi, the Ronaldos, yeah, but they're still playing, so I'm not going to class them in there. I think it's got to be a Michael Jordan. After that documentary, The Last Dance, if you don't watch that and get fucking juiced and jacked, that guy was a mentality monster.
Yeah,
He made Nike what it is today. He's a mentality monster. But then when they put out a Tom Brady documentary, like Netflix, there's going to be some serious documentaries coming out, man. Serious. Like Lionel Messi's documentaries. I think it all depends on what you've last seen and what you kind of like. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm watching a lot of NFL at the minute. So I'm like thinking like Tom Brady's around that. Like what he's done in NFL is mad.
And Michael Jordan,
There's bare people you can put. In that
so many
category, innit?
people.
Like, I was thinking Michael Phelps. He's one of them ones.
Michael Phelps, yeah. I just haven't seen a lot about Michael Phelps. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Jordan's for me.
Oh,
You've
Jordan.
seen his story.
Shit.
Did you see Conor McGregor get run over yesterday?
Yeah. New news.
Wow, man, very funny. Then he gets a lift home move.
Yeah. He's an ego freak though, because he was even in the video. He's like, "You could have killed me," but it's like he wanted to be pissed off. But then the geezer was just like, "Yeah, he's like that."
It's fucking hilarious.
Then he put a weird photo out where he's like pulled his trousers down there and he shows the cut on his ass. But it looks like it's a strange photo, man. It's like your boy wanted to get a piece out.
I really don't understand him at the minute. But like Sam said, he's just he just wants to be that guy, didn't he? He still wants to be the guy.
Yeah, he's
I don't know how it feels.
But we'll speak about some upcoming things coming up because there's a lot. There's a lot in the pipeline. Obviously, we got Frankie's fight, which is going to be I've got some plans for that. That's going to be the first.
Good fight.
The other videos have been behind the scenes videos. This is going to be the first one where it's like a doc, where it's like a mini documentary. It's going to be that. It's going to be like that. That's what I'm planning for.
Are you going to do it in like one vid, or are you going to do it like some clips? And
I'll see what it's like when I'm filming it to see what kind of footage we've got. But it's going to be more of a documentary, like a proper doc. We're going to Dartford in end of March, start of April, where we're going to be filming and interviewing like a couple of Muay Thai people. Rory Crawford, owner of Combat Fight Series. Your boy over there's kicking.
The boy over is sweating.
But yeah, we're going to be interviewing some world champion Muay Thai fighters, some more women on the pod. Savages.
Some savages, man. They were killers, man.
That'll be good.
We got the nutritionist
coming on. Yeah, nutritionist reached out to us. And he's nutritioned some fucking top level Muay Thai fighters.
I'm looking forward to that one because I'm quite into nutrition and that, so it'll be a good one to see his perspective.
He's coming on. Amir's coming on from Storm Gym.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, spoke to him.
You didn't let that one.
Slid in the DMs.
Quiet,
I said, "Hey, Amir, hombre,
that one.
you want to come on the pod?" And so we're working some dates out with that.
Oh, that'd be good, man.
So there's a lot.
Apparently, he's got a mad story.
He has got a mad story.
Are you doing Tom's professional debut or
Tom Kirk's professional debut?
Yeah.
That'll be more of a behind the scenes video than a documentary, just because of the distances.
Yeah.
Pulley's fighting Dean the Great.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Fucking hell, what a opportunity for him.
Well done.
What an opportunity for him. Congratulations.
From going from that place, now he's fighting
all the way from Sunday Smoke to fucking Misfits to fight Dean the Great. And I'm not... Listen, Dean the Great's serious.
O2?
Dean the Great's great.
Dean the Great is fucking
I was watching him
legit.
hit the bag the other day. I was like, yeah, he is...
He's legit.
He looks good.
He is legit. He can fight. He looks like... He could legit be probably a professional and make his way up in the sport. Like, he's that good. And Pulley's training. He's training. He's been constantly sparring. He's been training. Like, he's taking this serious. So I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see the outcome of the fight, and hopefully it goes.
If he does
well
take
for him.
it serious, and you're getting the right people and you're sparring, mate, like that's
Like, it's a good opportunity for him. That he can box, he can move, he can like. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Is
It'll be
there
a
going to
good
be an
fight.
opportunity there for?
It's on the same day as Frankie's, so nah. Frankie's locked in, loaded. There's another thing with Frankie as well, but I'm not going to say it. I can't say it, but I'll wait for him to announce it. But
That's just not what he said to us.
look at man that's
before,
smart.
yeah.
He did. He said it
Oh,
on
he's-
the podcast.
Oh, he said it on the pod.
He said, well, yeah, he did.
I don't even remember.
He ain't announced it yet, though, has he?
Yeah, he said he ain't announced it, but there's a possible. Like, remember, he said
Oh, it's
he
a
was
possibility.
Going,
Yeah.
he was going,
If I can't listen, I know the truths though. Now there's possibilities, and I know facts.
Well, you can say it again. There's a possibility that he's going to be 5-0 by the end of like or the start of April.
Yeah. So that could be the documentary. Could be a longer doc. You never know. What else do we have coming up? I think that might be it.
No,
coming
there's something
up.
else in.
There's more guests than that coming up as well, but that might.
You're filming for, or you said you was. I don't know if you still are for Mackin.
Oh, Conor Mackin's fight, yes, in February. Yeah, there's a lot of docs. The Raynes vlog's coming out this Sunday.
This Sunday.
Runner 6
Man.
p.m.
Not. Yeah,
Not this-
this Sunday.
Oh, it'd be-
This Sunday.
It's this Sunday. It's this Sunday coming up, 6 p.m.
You're getting me gas.
The doc's coming out. Vlog style doc, tips and tricks in there. It's decent.
Really good.
I just clocked on to something. You know, in the trailer when you said you were thinking of Mordor, it weren't that video, was it? That I put in the trailer. You meant when Gandalf's in the towers and he's getting slapped about.
Yeah.
That would have been a better video to put in the trailer.
Huh?
That's a better video.
You ain't put it up yet, though, have you?
No, I've kind of but I'm kind of set on that
I think
trailer.
it's
I like
still
that
good
trailer.
though. I think it's
That
still
is,
good.
but that's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
thinking when he's
What,
at
where
the
he's
top.
on top of the
He's
thing
on the
and-
And he's like
top.
spinning round. He's like, that could have been. That's a better video, man. I might have to add it in.
And
make
I
some
don't know why I was
concepts.
thinking it, man. You think some weird shit, man, but that was in my brain, like just non-stop. And it was like when I was 6 miles out, that's when I was like, oh no, the thoughts are starting to creep in.
Yeah, but I think that's
That's
about.
what, like, yeah.
That's what we've got proper.
That's
locked
what
in.
we've
There
got
is some-
proper
there's
locked in.
some
Yeah,
more
there's other stuff in the pipeline. There's other. Oh, another podcast reached out to me, and we're gonna do like a collaboration as well. So they're gonna come down. We're gonna interview them. They're gonna interview us.
It's good though that people are like kind of reaching
Yeah,
out to
yeah,
us now.
yeah.
Like,
So-
they're seeing this.
They're seeing potential.
You're on a little speed awareness tip.
Oh yeah,
What I learned yesterday. So driving at 30 miles per hour and you suddenly brake, it'd take you 28 meters to stop. And then driving at 31 miles per hour, it'd take you 28 meters to stop, but you'll still be going 8 miles an hour. So that 1 mile an hour equals to 8 miles an hour. Does that make sense? That's pretty mad, isn't it? Just 1 mile over.
What's the context?
Do I believe that, though? I don't know if I believe something.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I went on a speed awareness course yesterday, but going 1 mile over the speed
Yeah, but
limit
I feel
equals
like-
to 8 miles.
I know what you're saying, but I feel
in
like
stopping power.
I feel like you always do it.
Doesn't
and
that
it
depend on your
resonates with you.
Well,
You're
the
like,
vi-
right, this is mad. Some of this
Yeah,
shit.
but I
and then-
think because last time I done it, I didn't really like. This time I was actually taking it in. I was actually like, fucking hell. Like when you speeding that, like when you go 80 miles an hour, you're only saving 6 seconds on mile. It's like when you actually think about speeding, sometimes you actually think you're going quicker than you ever. Or you don't drive, but you know when like I know this will resonate with people. You know when you're driving and you come to a roundabout and you bombed it, and then there's a car that was just going normal
or a
speed.
traffic light,
You bomb it all the way to the roundabout, and then you're there for a couple seconds. Then the
He's back behind you,
car
yeah.
just comes behind
Sorry,
you. It just shows you.
Say that again. You said so. If you're going at 80 miles an hour, you're doing
You save 6 seconds a mile from
Yeah.
70.
from 70.
Yeah. So you that 10 miles
That
an
don't
hour.
make sense.
That 10 miles an hour, you're only gaining 6 seconds a mile.
Can't be.
No, you said it was 6 seconds.
6 seconds, yeah. It's 6 seconds a mile.
We'll let Mikey work out the maths and then we'll get back to you.
I don't think that's true.
Why don't you? I don't know. This is what that's
I
what
think they're
it's
trying to
saying in the
scare
call.
you.
And then obviously
But it doesn't. But you shouldn't be speeding anyway.
the video was
Now,
showing,
maybe
and then apparently at 100 miles an hour you save 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
For every mile.
But to be fair,
So that don't
I
make- that
oh,
don't
no,
make
I don't
sense,
think that's
though.
for every mile though.
What's that? 10 minutes for what?
You said
Yeah, I don't know what the
you
100
said
is, but I know
6 seconds from 70 to 80 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Do you mean 6 minutes?
no, 6 seconds
6 seconds per mile.
per mile.
Right.
Okay.
Per
yeah,
mile.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well, listen.
Yeah, no, that makes.
it
more
stops-
sense.
but then even like going 31 miles an hour. So you brake at 30 miles an hour, and the stopping speed from braking at 30 miles an hour is 28 meters, and then when you stop at 31, it's 28 meters, but you'll still be going you'll still be hitting 8 miles an hour. Does that make sense?
No.
So you brake at 30, it takes you 28 meters
to
to
stop.
stop, and then you go 31, it takes you 28 meters. You won't stop at 28 meters because you'll still be going 8 miles an hour. I've done a shit job.
Yeah. I don't know what that meant. If anyone understands, I know what you're saying,
basically,
but
that 1 mile hour will put you over 8 miles an hour at the stopping speed.
yeah.
You'll be getting hit like Conor McGregor.
But it's just
miles an hour instead of
but it's
30.
food for thought.
I know, but it's just a
food
bit.
for
It's
thought.
just a bit mad, isn't it? Like 1 mile an hour. So imagine if you're going 5, you don't deep actually the stopping distance, and that's
I
what's
think
a
it's
bit.
because you're never.
And it depends on how good your brakes are as well, though.
Yeah.
You
Because
might
I've had
have like a 10-year-old car and the brakes.
Oh, yeah, I've had some
Yeah.
dicey brakes.
Yeah.
Where like when you brake on ice and you can feel it going and you're skidding. I've had some brakes like
Yeah, I
that.
ain't
where
gonna
it's not
lie,
been
you
on
know,
ice.
it did scare me a little bit. It has scared me a little bit. Even driving yesterday, I was
You'll
a
be
little
over
bit
it in a
like,
week.
yeah, that's the habit.
100%. 100%.
You know when you just watch something, you're like, fucking hell, you actually you don't really deep it. And I don't know if I've just deeped it, and I've written a lot of it out.
I think you've deeped it.
And I
But
think
maybe
that's probably why.
you're at an older age where you've deeped it and you might take it on board.
Yeah.
Who knows? Where when you were younger, because you did deep it. You were telling me some mad shit before, but you just went back to old ways.
Nah, did I?
Remember when we used to go to Nottingham and it was raining?
I'll tell you about the
100 on the motorway
Bro.
and shit. Bro,
Hey,
like, going
me
through
and him.
puddles. It's
I
like,
know,
I want
last
to get
time
there
I
in
was
an
thinking about
hour.
this,
and that.
Yeah.
Just,
But we went over that puddle and it was, it's like anyone knows what it's like going over. This was dangerous shit. We went over that puddle at 100 miles per hour.
Bro, it's
And
pissing down
oh
with rain and
my
he's putting
God.
the full beams on so people on the fast lane are moving over because he wants to go past them at 100 miles an hour.
And that is the worst condition to be driving like that, man.
Worst. But yeah, let's.
Oh yeah, people, man. If you've got long travels and you're a rushy person, just make sure you have plenty of time to travel. Travel safe, man.
But I think that's everything for channel updates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that anyway. Now we get on to one of the best segments in the podcast. I wouldn't say it's the best because I think the segment after probably tops it, but one of the best. It's Divide the Nation. Nation.
No, I like this
do you,
segment,
do you
man.
need some of that?
Yeah,
Put that
yeah,
on.
chuck me
Put that
some,
on.
man.
Because everyone's watching you do weird shit now. Smelling like. Smelling like.
know why I'm so wet.
What kind of podcast have you ever watched where co-host got to put deodorant on because the boy stinks? Tell me.
I ain't that stinky.
That's not a lot.
You know what it is? Because I shave my armpits, innit? I got no hair.
That's going to be better for not sweating, though, isn't it?
I don't know. Is
Put it in the corner and that's the. Yeah. But yeah, we're into the Divide the Nation segment. For anyone who hasn't watched the Divide the Nation segment, I'll explain it again.
And
This
You're going to spring this on us because we don't know.
no one knows. No one knows the question, so it's fast thinking,
Raw opinion.
and it's raw opinions. It's Dickinson's
raw?
real deal. It's bareback raw.
No Johnny.
Because
Coming
we
in.
No
literally had
Durex, no Durex, no Johnny. It's fucking raw. So yeah, I'm gonna spring this on you. I kind of just this one popped into my head at the start of the podcast, so we're going with it.
see you
And this
right.
is a question where we want your thoughts and opinions in the comments. If you don't agree with us, tell us. You're talking shit. Like for Frankie's one, for instance. Let me explain it anyway. Divide the Nation is
Someone
a
on TikTok
segment.
was like,
Yeah.
who is this guy?
Divide the Nation is a segment where we'll ask a question and we'll give our thoughts and opinion on it. It's a slightly controversial question to some people it won't be. Yeah, Frankie's one was about the TikTok boxing and someone commented, this guy's a fucking hypocrite.
What, on YouTube.
Yeah, they left a massive paragraph gunning him. I said, gun him, boy.
We should get Frankie to comment back. Like,
Yeah.
oh, meet me in the ring now.
Yeah, sparring at 10. So the Divide the Nation question this week is. It's when you need that music, what's that?
Bum, bum, bum.
What's that music on one of them game shows? I think it might be Countdown. Nah, not Countdown. Maybe it's a different one. I'll try to find it.
That was poor, by the way. That was good.
Divide the nation. Should we have freedom of speech on all platforms, even if it's risking fake news? So at the minute, you can't. For instance, I was trying to search up about global warming. Yeah. And is global warming real or is it a hoax? Let me. Is global warming real? Is it a hoax? I couldn't find two sides of the argument because they will only let one side of the argument speak. So that's the question is, should you be allowed to speak on what you want and debate what you want, even if it's risking fake news? Because if you are allowed to say what you want, there is going to be a point in time where some of the stuff is fake news. It's a conspiracy. It's whatever. But do you just let everyone speak and have open debates, or do you just shut it off and say we can only listen to one side of the argument?
Wait the fuck up, mate. We just went through COVID. That was the fucking one of the biggest fake news. That was one of the biggest fake news. We need decentralized platforms, whether it's fake or not, because they feed us fake news anyway. You watch BBC day in, day out. How good was the coronavirus jab for us? I feel sorry for the people that got vaccinated, because I want an apology for all the people that gun me for not getting vaccinated.
Trust.
And now all the studies are coming out. Actually, you know what? I don't even want an apology, because I just feel sorry for the people that got it now. So save the apology. We need decentralized platforms. Everyone needs to freedom of speech.
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble. And
yeah.
I think you're gonna start to see platforms go like that. I think you'll start to see you have to innovate, and I feel like people again we're getting to the end of the pendulum where we're starting to get so sick of everything. You don't even know what to believe no more. Now you're seeing stuff come out about the coronavirus. A lot of people have not got faith in the government, have not got faith in this, so people will start gonna looking for different outlets and news outlets and searching deeper, because again, I searched up global warming.
You can only find one side of the argument.
Oh, it's saying, our Earth's always been never changed or something. That's a myth. It's saying it's a myth. It's like our Earth has changed because we've had volcanoes, we've had this ice ages. It's like
the amount of property that we've changed from green space to industrial.
Don't get twisted. We probably do. We add a little bit, but I don't think we add half as much as. After watching Ancient Apocalypse, I do not think we understand human beings at all. We don't understand. I don't even know what the fuck we are. I don't even know where we come from. Yeah. I deeped it yesterday. I was like, what the fuck are we? Like, they were drilling in...
We're going off topic.
Yeah, I know.
We'll speak about Ancient Apocalypse after. We'll speak about it after.
Decentralised.
So you're with... Let everyone say what they want. Decentralised.
I am, but then there's, I don't know, it's a sticky one, because I think everyone should have the right to, but it just depends on, do you think terrorists should have the right to write stuff on social media to indoctrinate people and stuff like that? It's like, if you're...
Yeah, but who do we class as terrorists?
Well,
it's the same propaganda that we class as terrorists, but are these people not good? Or because we just portray this thing on them, straight away you get the whole population to think they're bad?
No, I agree with that,
sometimes terrorist agendas are not, it's for their country. But no, you can't do that in your country because we want your country or we want your oil. So now you're a terrorist. You got to be careful, man. It's a dangerous world. And I think COVID solidifies, it shows you black and white.
But I know what you're saying, because then it's like, let's say, for instance, there has to be some sort of limit of what you let run and what you don't let run.
Yeah, because imagine on a decentralized.
What about if you have on Twitter, everyone says just mass for instance, white supremacists talking about they want to kill all blacks or all Asians
dates
or
and
something.
Stuff they're gonna do it.
Dates they're gonna
Yeah, but then that's when people. That's
so you're saying we should use more common sense.
But that's even more dumb, because then the police, if you decentralize, police can just shut you down now because you're putting dates and shit up. Decentralized freedom of speech don't mean you start plotting shit on it. You still have to be, if you're going to be plotting shit, you still got to be discreet.
So we're talking open for debates. You should be allowed to have debates.
Yeah,
freedom
of speech and saying what done. But if you're talking about going down that, I think that route's not even on the same topic, because that's happening now, regardless of decentralized or centralized.
But it's still what is like decentralized to the people, to everyone? Because for me, like, I listened to that guy talk, and he's saying that like every social media and company since they were pretty much blew up are all like in partnership with Central Intelligence Agencies all around the world, in whichever country they're in. Like apparently, the FBI paid like Twitter like a couple of years ago 3.3 million to just get some information from them.
That's why Twitter's got bear shit on CIA and FBI.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what makes you think that them Central Intelligence Agencies can't get that on decentralized platforms? So is anything ever going to be like that?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good question.
Point.
No, well,
but I do think everyone should have the right to freedom of speech. That's my.
I think there has to be a bit of common sense with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the owner of the platform has to have a little bit of common sense. I feel like if you're talking about global warming or coronavirus or this and that, it should be it's free game. Everyone should be allowed to debate.
But like you said,
I think he should be on all platforms.
I think
he's
if
not
you're
inciting people killing each other or harming people.
I think if you're spreading a direct hateful message and plotting and stuff like that, then you should get banned. I think it should come down to common sense.
Yeah. It should, that's a good fact. Yeah, I didn't really think of it like that.
It should probably just come down to common sense and
because like I think it's stupid. Like I said, if you're not a fan of him or if you're not, but it's like you got all these females and stuff that moan about he shouldn't be on platforms, which he's not, and people saying he like infects young kids and makes them feel a certain way. But then you got like let me land. Yeah.
Let me land this.
But then you got like I always go back to it. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. They're singing about wet ass pussy to like 13-year-old kids.
Yeah, but that's because the government want that to dumb down the people. They want you to dumb down. That's why they it's so dumb in this world. Yeah, you want to moan about Andrew Tate, but you got people spitting bars about chinging and splashing,
and it's okay.
Shut up, bruv. Like, don't. It's what I mean. Like, people, you need to just use your brain.
Initiative.
Navigate. This is like you need to look at. I don't know what lens people are looking at like life through, because it just, to me, it's just like loads of things are dumb. Like women and these feminist groups make me laugh, because when a guy turns transgender or whatever, all of a sudden this guy, we put him at the top, but he's a man. It's just a man that's come over and thinks he's a woman. Now he's running your shit, like, and now you're promoting this. But behave. Women behave.
I could go into madness.
Yeah, we can go.
We'll save that.
I'm just sitting here thinking, this podcast is getting taken down.
We'll save that.
A little bit. We'll just leave it now.
We'll save one of them ones for a run.
I'm leaving it all in.
No, we haven't gone overboard yet.
But
I'm leaving it all in.
This is us.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
I'm leaving it in. Listen, I'm not. I'm just sitting here.
It pisses, that sort of shit pisses me off.
He's been waiting for this. And we're not going into it today. Yeah. We're not going into it today.
We have to say.
I ain't going anymore. I ain't going anymore. But I'm just saying, you know where I stand.
We want to get monetized, boy.
Here, but yeah, it bores me.
Yeah, I think we'll
more takes.
You haven't
more men.
No, I agree with you. I feel like it should be like, I shouldn't. If I'm searching for something on the internet, like, is global warming real? I want to openly seek two sides of the coin, not just being told this is it. Like, I want it to be open up for debate, but you can't even come out and say you don't agree with the vaccine, or you don't agree with this, or you don't agree with that, because it's against their agenda.
But this is why it makes you laugh now, because look how it's done a 360. Look how the whole thing's done a 360 now. Everything's changed. The whole ball game's changed. Now in the Sun, the other day, they put up a kid dying of the flu. Now they're saying in the Sun, the parents need to be more careful with children, because this flu winter is actually serious, because one guy died the other day. It's not COVID though, because he's got tested. No more COVID. But now all of a sudden the flu's back. Okay. So what is this narrative now? You already see narratives in the newspaper.
Just on the COVID one as well. I listened to it again the other day. I knew this happened already, but it was on Joe Rogan, and it was all a money-making scheme, man. Especially for hospitals.
It was a war.
Because, you know, like they were saying, if somebody died of a car crash but had COVID, they'd be like, they died of COVID. That was because they were getting an incentive from the government or whatever it was for every COVID death or every COVID-related patient they had in the hospital. that they get paid a certain amount more than.
Bro,
they
you
would
go
if
back to
anyone
the
else.
older pods. We said it. I said it. It was a war. COVID is no different from World War One, World War Two. We printed more money. People capitalize when shit goes wrong. All these companies started up making masks. Capitalize. It wouldn't surprise me if governments didn't fund them. Pfizer and that government probably funded for them because government can't technically, or the people that are in government can't give themselves money. They have to be a part of a business or something. I'll say, oh yeah, my mate owns this business. Oh, listen, if we promote this and we come through you, you sell that, you give us this. That's how it works. It's war. Same for World War One, World War Two. You supply goods. Half the goods didn't even get used. This is how fucked up the world is. Like, everyone profits off it. Like,
It's a game.
What's your opinion, though?
Well, I've just been interrupted about 4 times by one because this man's hijacking the show. He's got his segment next and he's hijacked my segment. No, like you said, I just think it should be, everyone should be able to debate freely if, as long as it's
in context
and not like we know what's right and what's wrong. Me not agreeing with you over something isn't wrong. Like the beautiful thing about debates is it gives you a chance to have an open mind to say, like, fucking hell, do you know what? I was actually wrong on that and I agree with your point. That's the beauty of debate, isn't it? And when you've got actual PhD doctors and stuff coming out saying like this and that, maybe listen to them. You can't just shut people. When you shut everyone down and say, we're only listening to one side of the argument, that's when it looks weird. That's when I'm sitting there thinking, fucking hell, maybe there is something weird going on because you've shut down people for no reason.
Yeah, just let people make
their own opinion and people will use their brain, hopefully, and just decide for themselves.
You know what the biggest thing is as well? You should always listen to the opposite side.
Yeah.
Whether you think you're right or not, because you will learn something from the opposite side. It either makes your opinion stronger or...
And just quickly, I feel like the government tried to baby everyone. Like, baby adults, baby kids. They try to wrap everyone, well, here anyway, in cotton wool to say, like, for instance, Andrew Tate, for example, just because all that stuff. Oh, he's bad for kids. He's bad for young adults. He's bad for this. Let people make their own decisions in life. Just let people do what they want. He's not saying go out there and grab knives and kill everyone. He's just giving an opinion on masculinity. Like, it's not that deep. Like, let people make their own decisions in life. You're babying everyone too much.
Do you know one thing
Freedom
about him though? I think he's the catalyst, because have you noticed how many people are starting to come up doing the same sort of thing since he become so big?
The only thing people don't like him is because he's obviously got money. He's a bit flashy. He's got the cars. He talks about women. That's the only reason. If he didn't really show that much side and he just talked about masculinity, it would have been a different outcome for him. But that's just because the way he is. He's a different person promoting it. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, some people just take it to the extreme of that as well.
And there's always going to be extremists, within it, and
obviously little kids probably throw off. They throw off. So you can't really blame it. But again, he is teaching. The message he's showing is not a bad message.
No,
that's the problem.
But people in the comments, drop down. What is your opinions on it? Do you think platforms should let you debate, or are you happy with kind of how they are and how they're going? Leave your comments down below.
But even like you talking about the global warming thing, even like Matt Hancock, you can't even. People are still going against him now for the stuff he's saying. They're like, oh no, you're
Graham
not right.
Hancock.
Oh, Graham Hancock. Yeah. They're saying, Matt you're not right. I don't know, Matt Hancock.
He is a cock.
He's out there lipsing other MPs.
Yeah, well, he's actually going out with her now. Like they're like together, so at least it weren't like
it
weren't just a fling. At least
I thought it was a plot.
Just no, they definitely released the video footage on purpose. But
you reckon she got paid off a little?
What do you mean?
Like she was in on it.
They're together now, though.
Yeah, I know, but still, they might just.
He's a scumbag.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to go and
just going on him. Because I clicked on like at work. If you just click on like one of the icons, it brings you onto a news page. It gives you everything. And the first thing that come up, because he said he was going to donate all of his "I'm a Celebrity."
That come up. I see that as well.
He only donated 2% of his.
I know, man. He's a fucking dirtbag. We got tricked. He done us. He done us twice. And for the best segment of the pod, the segment we've all been waiting for, the segment people were screaming and crying to bring back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Raynes segment. And this is a segment that we've left just for Rain. He's gone out,
Rambo.
done some research, and it's just a chance for him to ramble and get some stuff off his chest, but with insightful things that maybe people could improve on, or some things that he's learned or worked out. So I'll let it go over to Rain.
Yeah, this week, last week we spoke about, no, well, not last week, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about testosterone. And I actually wrote a post fucking months ago, man. It was about when I got into the ice bath, and I was talking about discomfort, and I was thinking mental health and how it could help mental health. And then I've seen people with mental health and people close to me. So I thought, this resonates with me a little bit. Let me do some homework into it, show some stats, and then see how it could help people. So let's go into it. But we all know we live in a world that's noisy now. Social media can be quite... What do you think social media? Social media can be quite a bad thing. It can be good, but it can be used for bad. What do you think to it?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's good depending on how you want to use it.
And then obviously technology...
If you don't abuse it.
Yeah, and technology is moving so fast. I sometimes think, like, as human beings, are we catching up with technology? Because it moves so quick, man. I'm seeing videos of all these robots and that now, more and more, and AI and
You keep
talking.
sending it, we're like, is it real?
Yeah, no, yeah, but that CGI, even if it's CGI, like I see someone talking as Morgan Freeman the other day. They weren't Morgan Freeman. I was like...
I think the scary stuff's deep fakes as well.
That is a deep fake. That's what.
And I was like,
deep
this
fake,
is
yeah.
scary,
Yeah.
man. But, yeah, I should have wrote this down on paper, but we have to do it on the phone. But I think human beings, we're still catching up technology. We're not evolved for this. Mental health is on the rise, as we see in COVID. Look, we saw a lot of people. I think in COVID, it's weird. You either really excelled or you went into a hole. It weren't like there weren't really no in between, I don't think. But it's funny how it's on the rise, because we're probably the most comfortable we've ever been. We live in... Like, it's funny because Frankie come on the other week talking about Malawi, and he's like, how happy the kids are. And it's like, over here, we've got everything we want, but we still find something to be unhappy about. We're still not content. But even though we're in one of the greatest countries in the world. So now I'm going to go into some stats. So 1 in 4 people will experience mental health problems of some kind each year in England. 1 in 6 people report experience a common mental health problem like anxiety, depression in any given week in England. 1 in 5 people will have suicide thoughts. 1 in 14 people self-harm. 1 in 15 people attempt suicide. The amount of people with common mental health problems went up by 20% between 1993 and to 2014. That's in both men and women. But I couldn't find out statistics.
Stats are mad, aren't they?
What's the only thing that's changed though?
I couldn't find statistics that were that bang on now, because they say they come out in like mid 2023, but some say it like rose like 20% from 2019 to 2022. It rose 20%.
So through like the COVID time.
Yeah, but then it showed in youth, it dropped a little. It was showing actually in the youth, it dropped a little. And it's kind of weird. And I feel like the youth actually, or going off my experience and being a younger person, I feel like the youth really excelled in COVID. I think younger people, I think they could deal with it better. I don't know.
Do you think?
Is
that from what you've just seen?
I think that's just maybe my perspective. But going off the stats, apparently mental health did drop. I don't know how bang on these stats are. They're just stats at the end of the day.
But then how do you... Like,
I'm just going off of what I've seen.
For me,
for the people around you, people that, like
I can only go off people in my
But
circle.
you said stats there though. I like just to what I think of it is like, if people are at home during COVID, they weren't allowed to go see a doctor as much as they were allowed to before or after. It's like, are them numbers truly accurate?
Yeah, but this is the problem with stats.
Like I said,
because it's variables.
There's variables, and this is what I'll get into
that
after.
as well, it's just, is that them telling you your agenda? It could be more, it could be less.
Well, yeah,
you know
obviously
what I mean?
that's just something I see. It said it went up, like, I think in 2021 it went up, and then it said in 2022 it started to drop again in the youth. I don't know
what,
but no, that's all we can go off. So the amount of people with common mental health problems went up 20% between 1993 and 2014. The percentage of people reporting severe mental health symptoms in any given week rose from 7% in 1993 to overall 9% in 2014. So that's severe mental health problems. I've got a little stat from 2017 to 2020. Rates of probable mental disorder increased around 1 in 8 young people aged 7 to 16 to more than 1 in 6. For these aged 17 to 19, rates increased from 1 to 10 into 1 in 4. So it actually went up. This is like a recent stat. But again, these are stats. I don't know how true they are. These are just some stats. Whether how true this study is doesn't really matter. Because I think we saw how COVID all affected us. You saw people around you. So even if you didn't need to go after stats, I feel like you can see right now we're in a world of hurt. And like, again, this is probably why you see people like Tate, Elliot Hulse, people like this who are into stoicism and are uplifting younger people and younger men. Even females as well. I don't really know too many females, but yeah. The internet can be a great tool if it's used properly. Studies have linked Instagram to depression, body image concerns, self-esteem issues, social anxiety, and other problems. By design, the app capitalizes on users' biological drive for social belonging and nudges them to keep them on. We know it's like a roulette, innit? Like sometimes I just be there and I'm like, it's sick.
It's not even that as well. It's just like you're looking. I feel sorry for females on social media. The fact that like you scroll through Instagram and you're looking and like half of the girls that you see have like done some sort of face app edit or something. Like, and then you're getting like other girls looking at these people, not knowing that they're face apping and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, like, I want to look like that." Yeah. So that most adds to the mental health.
Yeah, no, that
youth have.
Yeah, and women like that. You like, I feel like you said, little girls that you're looking up to these people that you think that are role models. They're like, oh, you want to be like that, and then you'll end up getting like, and you won't be happy in life because it's just not you. You're just trying to be someone that's not you, and when you do that, you'll never be happy. So, like I said, they're all stats, and like mental illness actually means quite a bit to me, just for the fact it runs in my family. One of my mates has had it, but again, this is my opinion. I don't think no drug can really help you. Maybe if you got it like maybe schizophrenia. I don't know, but my opinion is I don't think drugs can cure you. I think at the end of the day, it's always going to be your mental brain, and for you to come back, it's going to be the mental brain. But again, I'm not no doctor, so
you're not. It makes sense not to ask this question, but I'll ask it anyway. Do they know exactly? Like, is it like a chemical imbalance that can cause this?
I think so. I think you really need to. I think you need to look at your daily habits. I think you need to look at stress. I think you need to look at like what you're doing day to day, because people don't realize stress is a killer, man. Some people like you said, like control the controllables. Like I think subconsciously people just stress and they don't even know what they're stressing about. And if you're brought up in an environment, like, it's not even your fault sometimes, because you might be brought up in a household where your mum and dad are just stress heads. So then if they're stress heads and you're living around them, you are like, they say who you chill with is who you become. So if you chill with people that are just stressing all day, you're going to end up stressing all day subconsciously. And sometimes it ain't beneficial. And sometimes people think they can do everything in life. That's what I've learned. That's the biggest like lesson I've learned. Like, you can't do everything. You need to prioritize on one thing and execute that one thing, because loads of people love juggling things. We want to do 4 or 5 things, and the next thing you know, you're in this little rabbit hole.
You've done none of them.
And you stress yourself. So what I think you can do is seek discomfort. It's a mental toughness. There's no downside to this. Not that what I've seen. Like, if you go out there and do something a little bit challenging, it can't be bad for you. Like, doing something discomfort, like, what's the downsides? There's none. Or maybe you could probably hurt yourself because you maybe trained too hard or something, or you done something, but not really. You can't read too hard, you're going to go to bed.
Just to reiterate on that quite, like, you don't always have to do something that's like...
No, this is where I'm going to get in.
Okay, cool.
So, like, discomfort can come in all forms. It doesn't, like, for me, I really found discomfort in the ice bath, but it doesn't have to be ice bath. It also doesn't mean you have to kill yourself. It's understanding your strengths and weaknesses to grow, to get better. Also to watch out for other people around you that could be suffering in silence. So it's just spreading the message. And like you said, you don't have to do ice bath. Discomfort could be walking 5 minutes. It could be picking up a book, reading 2 pages. It could be writing down a sentence. It could be doing something that you're not even good at. For me, it was coming onto this pod and speaking. I'm not a great speaker. Like, I get muddled up sometimes. I'm just not good at explaining things either. But I still come on here and I'm trying to get better. So that's just me actively seeking discomfort. I still come on here now and I still think, this ain't like... I don't know if it's not probably my personality, but again, I come on here, I try to bring facts, I try to break it down the best I can do, and I know if you look at the start of the pod to now where I'm at, you get better. It's just consistency.
Definitely.
So,
and also to reiterate on that point as well, it could be something that you enjoy, but you just don't want to do it that day. That you, like you said, going to the gym or playing football or something, you really enjoy doing that, but that one day you feel tired and like you need to go do it because it will benefit you.
Yeah, we all have bad days, man. I had a bad day the other day. I got a bit stressed out. I just come home. I just got in the shower, a cold shower, for 2 minutes, and I just come out and I was just like, I'm back. Again, life. I just think me personally. But some people would say, no, it's not. But I just think life's meant to be hard. And life's meant to be challenging. And if you're not challenging yourself in some sort of way, then I don't know what you're really living for. And I think like the older I get and the more I see this, I think like I'll be like that's what I can see. What's your opinions?
No, I agree with most of it. 99.9.
I think we all agree.
This is the Raynes segment. It's
about
your personal opinion and whatever you've.
Some people would be like, oh yeah, but they're happy in their life. I'm like, I don't think they're truly happy.
So do you want to give like you said there? Do you want to give like 3 tips that's helped your mental health?
I think the biggest thing you could actually do is wake up and look at yourself in the mirror, and actually see you for who you are, and understand yourself. That can be the biggest gain. Understand, okay, because you got to remember we're all different in individual ways. Like you're gonna learn different ways that I learn different ways. Like you said, routine. Like me, I really need to be in a routine.
Yeah,
I think
same.
I just think you need to live like an army man.
So you're saying training?
So your 3 top tips for that's helped you.
Yeah, 3 top tips: training, sleep, routine.
You
got any others that you'd want to add?
No.
Bonus 1, diet.
Honourable mentions.
Diet. You are what you eat. You know what I mean? How your brain functions. Cut out the sugar. If you want to think clearly, you're going to be on top.
I also think, like you said as well, is
or try it.
If you're
that's another discomfort.
If you're like a person that's like negative and stuff as well, or like, I feel like you should try and maybe get into an environment or something that's a little bit more positive. Because you always tend to find people that are negative always find themselves with other negative people.
Yeah.
It's like they all moan together. They break. Like I see a lot of work. All the people that I see are like they're moaning all the time about work, and it's just that they're all friends because they're negative all the time. They're like they never take the positives, and that's why like sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, oh, what are they talking about? Like it's none of them. You know what I mean? I feel if you can surround yourself with somebody that's just maybe if it's a baby step more than what you're doing, it will help you out.
100%, man.
1000%.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're actively doing something to get better at, I think once people understand they're getting better at something, there's the positives just come in. You feel better about yourself. You know what I mean? You already naturally is there. So,
nah, I really like that. I thought it was really good. Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought that was a good Raynes segment.
Yeah,
I did. I enjoyed it. And then obviously, and then it's perfect because it leads on to another segment, which is kind of all about the positive things that have happened in your weeks. It's the moment of the week, so it's a perfect breaks off and comes
I need
in.
to start thinking about this before.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
Current events. We all know it's coming. Moment of the week, and
really,
it doesn't have to be anything extravagant.
No, I've got mine.
It is really hard though.
It is hard, but like you said, it doesn't have to be extravagant.
It makes you think though.
It doesn't have to be anything amazing. It's like, so I'll go first anyway. People at home, drop yours in the comments down below. Message us on Instagram, your moments of the week. if you want it to be featured on the next current events, just let me know and message me on Instagram.
I think
and
you should put up the poll thing.
Yeah, I will. I completely forgot to do it this time, but I'll do it for next time again. But so like my moat of the week this week is obviously me and Bailey. She's been sorting out my CV for me and listing all the stuff on there that have kind of like a lot of the stuff. Obviously, the paint and decorating stuff is one part of it, but the big bulk of the things and the more passionate things about it is everything that's happened in the last year. So the podcast, learning the editing, learning how to set up lights, learning how to do the audio, learning how to do videography, having that like big bulk of thing I've done, and that's only come in 1 year of your life.
Discomfort.
So my moment of the week's just trusting the process. Because I'm not saying to everyone that there was a time in there that there's still times now I think I'm like, I really can't be asked today. Do you know what I mean? I really can't be asked to edit this video. We're not saying every day you're going to wake up enthusiastic and I want to do it. I love it. Yes, let's go. Like, no, even Goggins is saying he's not like that. He waits 30 minutes looking at his trainers thinking, I don't want to go on this fucking run.
That's just unrealistic.
So like my moment of the week's just trusting the process. And sometimes it's not immediate gratitude. It's not in a week. It's not in a month. Like the gratitude's only just come now looking back and having written it down to say, I've done all that in a year. That's 1 year. Yeah. So next year, I can't wait to see what's on there. The year after, I can't wait to see what's on there. And that's why my moment of the week this week's just trusting the process.
That's why, because you looked back at your journey.
Yeah.
And you're like...
No, I did. When I was reading through it, I was thinking, like... There was like a quarter of it to do with what your day job
that I've done
now.
For 8 years. And like, the smallest section and the rest of it and all over the last year.
And it's like... This stuff here, you've done all, like you said, all of that in a year. There's like a whole page of it of just like stuff that you've learned.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
People just need to understand you're great. You are great. You've got the fire in you. You just need to understand you are great. Because a lot of people self-doubt and talk themselves down. Oh, that you look at someone and think, I can't do this. I can't. You can do this. Like everyone started in the same spot. It's just the baby steps. I used to look at it and think, oh, how am I going to get here? But you take them little steps and you just keep knocking and knocking and knocking. Again, Big Will talking about what kind of, what did he say? What kind of digger are you? You know, when a guy's digging for the gold and the other guy gives up. You got to be that digger. It don't stop. And you might not stop till you're 40, till you're 50. Never stop digging. Just keep digging.
And it's never too late as well. Like
never too late.
Because what, you're 20, I know you're still really young, but you're looking... maybe at a different career path now from what you've, you know what I mean?
Been used to doing, yeah.
Mate, I think like Thomas Edison got like over 10,000 projects wrong and he didn't blow till he was 50-something years old. He just didn't stop though. He did not stop knocking. That's what I mean. You got to keep knocking, keep digging.
Grant Cardone said it, man. He said, I've failed thousands of times, but I don't let the world see that. Because he doesn't quit. You fail. You have small failures. Just don't quit. Yeah. Alex Hormozy, you cannot fail if you do not quit.
Yeah.
Sam Creasy, quit. You're done. You've lost 2 fights. Goes and wins the championship. There's no need to just keep going, man.
Yeah.
But
I like that. Mine's been this week at the gym. I've been training with a girl, and when we first started going, like you know, when people just like they haven't got that like that motivation, that mindset of like digging deep. And it's like the more she keeps training with me, the more like she's digging deep. And then we were doing some like leg squats. And you know, when I could see it in her face, like she's gone down for it. Like this was like the 12th rep and she's like gritted it out. And I'm just seeing, I'm slowly starting to see like the little mentality monster like starting to come alive in it. And I'm like...
Because everyone does have one.
Yeah, I like that. And
everyone's got that confidence in them.
Yeah, like digging deep, and that's what I love. Like just seeing her just like excel. That's what I love. So that's my moment of the week.
Now my one, it wasn't really a moment of the week, but it made my day, sort of thing. So I was literally scrolling on like YouTube Shorts or whatever, and like. It must have been a couple of days ago, and it would come up with this like boy from Africa, and he was singing, and he was like, I think the words were something like, I can't even think off the top of my head. Like if I find it and send it to you, you can clip it.
Yeah.
I don't wanna act too high and mighty, 'cause tomorrow I may fall down on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain.
Yeah.
But it's basically like he was singing how he's happy for sunshine, happy for rain, and happy for joy. And like it obviously made me think back to the Frankie podcast and what he was saying. But it's like these people are happy for rain and sunshine, and like the smile on his face while he was singing and how passionate he was, like just made my day to realise that we take everything for granted.
No, that's perfect. I think that's free bangers.
Yeah.
That's free bangers to get you juiced up in life.
We could go into it.
That's free clips.
I could be here all day.
Yeah, no, you could be
I
here.
could
all
go
day.
down a little rabbit hole.
On that note, the rabbit hole we should end.
I know that's what he says. He thanks you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, and he's just there smiling. And it's like I think they've even made him like a little bit. He's blown up off it, sort of.
But this
thing,
is
so
how that's how I look at life though. Like I just look at things like we live in England. If you're living in England, you're in one of the best countries in the world. Like you got other places that are much like other places they travel far and wide to come here to make something, and when they come here, they end up like blowing places because they're so determined. Like you just got to remember, we live in this land. Like England's great, so it's hard, but it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
I feel.
Very feel. But people, thank you for locking into another episode of the Curious VGN. Like we were saying at the start of the episode, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it,
subscribe, hit the bell, notifications, ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding.
Hit the bell.
And leave your feedback. We need feedback. We want to interact with people.
We want to get better.
I want to answer in the comments. I want to speak to people in the comments. Like just leave feedback because we have had some really good messages over the last couple of months, and I love hearing them. Even if you don't, I even love it when people comment and they don't agree with us. I love that shit.
I just like
because it's interaction, it's debate, and this is what we're here for. I'm not saying I don't want no debate. No, this is it. No, we want debate. So
we're not right.
We're not right. We're learning.
This is our opinions, and we're open to learning.
Yeah.
We are open to others.
So
opinions.
hit the subscribe button, leave your comments, like the episode if you enjoyed the episode, share with a friend if you really enjoyed it, and that's it from us today, man. So peace, people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanking you.